It is time now for the PHL 11 o'clock news for this Tuesday night, March 10th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins and your 11 o'clock news at 9 there, and our top story at 11 o'clock here on this late Tuesday night. Here is Hillary Clinton broke her silence on Tuesday on the private email system she used while running the State Department, saying she just hadn't felt like carrying two phones and it didn't seem like a big deal at the time. In Nevi Yaakov, Israel, a newly released ISIS video shows a child shooting a man in the group claims as an Israeli spy. The video identifies the man as a 19-year-old Mohammed Said is Muslim as an Israeli citizen of Palestinian descent. In Norman, Oklahoma, as the University of Oklahoma expelled two students on Tuesday for leading a racist song that sparked outrage across the country, the fraternity involved said it would investigate incidents at other campuses that face questions. British Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson has been suspended by the BBC as Clarkson, age 54, who is known for being outspoken, had already been given a final warning about his behavior after claims that he used a racist slur during filming 2 years ago. The International Olympic Committee on Tuesday mourned the death of 3 French sports stars, including 2 Olympic medalists and a helicopter accident during the filming of a reality show. In Baghdad, Iraqi security forces at allied Shiite militias seized large parts of Tikrit on Tuesday, and reports said most of the Islamic State militants battling to hold the city had been retreated, security officials said. In Washington, President Obama warns any nuclear deal which would Iran to last at least 10 years, but a threat by Republican senators raises the question whether it would be last even 22 months. Italy's highest court has confirmed that former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi's acquittal charges of abuse of power and paid for sex with an underage prostitute. An explosion of a teenage girl's suicide bomber occurred in late afternoon on Tuesday at the crowded Maiduguri market in northeast Nigeria. In Ferguson, Missouri, the city manager of Ferguson, Wuma, Department of Justice reported blamed for overseeing the financially driven policies that led to a widespread discrimination and questionable conduct by the police, and the court areas agreed. In Salt Lake City, Utah, lawmakers have passed a bill that would make Utah the only state to allow firing squads for carrying the death penalty if there is a shortage of execution drugs. In Washington, a bipartisan effort to fight human trafficking hit an unexpected obstacle on Tuesday as Senate Democrats objected to abortion provision. Republican that attached to the bill. His goodbye post started like many saw of tried to put farewells as Chief Financial Officer Patrick Pichette, after 7 years spent deep in an internet chat. Financial Books announced Tuesday he'll be retiring from the job. In Tokyo, Asian stocks fell to a 2-month low on Wednesday as nervous markets recalled and worries about our earlier U.S. interest rates, while such as prospect helps has sent it all to a 12-year high against the euro. U.S. stocks fell sharply on Tuesday, wiping out the year's gains for the Dow Jones Industrial and the Standard & Poor's 500 index. Hundreds of technical workers cut it all at once. Robin Thicke and Farrell Williams have been ordered to pay $7.2 million to Marvin Gaye's estate over bloodlines. Wendell D. Middlebrooks, the actor of best realized that a talkative, no-nonsense Miller high-life delivery guy is dead at the age of 36. If a chameleon's striking ability to change color seems like a magic after smoke and mirrors, but it's because their skin is quite literally made up of special mirrors scientists have discovered. In Gainesville, Florida, did Florida Governor Scott administration ban state environmental scientists from using the terms climate change and global warming in their work? 2 groups of astronomers looking around the edges of our Milky Way galaxy, where spies find a gaggle of previously undetected dwarf satellite galaxies, including incredibly dim conglomeration of stars that may be account for some of the mysterious dark matter. In Washington, the Obama administration said Tuesday that 11.7 million Americans now have private health insurance by the federal and state marketplace, with 86% of them having receiving financial assistance from the federal government to help pay. The intense stress and depression in people with coronary heart disease creates a perfect storm that can increase the risk of death, according to a new study in the journal Circulation Cardiovascular Quality and Outcomes. The Food and Drug Administration has added a new warning to Pfizer's anti-smoking drug Chantix, letting patients know to prescription anxiety. Effects of drinking alcohol sometimes lead to aggressive behavior or amnesia. A modified Mediterranean diet with local foods may be easier for some people to stick with, also result in weight loss, suggests a new study from Germany. Okay, take a look at New England Instant Alerts here at 11:05 here on this late Tuesday night here. Holyoke, Massachusetts, a power outage right in Farms Road in the area of Cracker Barrel and CVS is now closed due to transformer explosion with marrying the wires down. Springfield Police investigated stabbing death on Warburton Street, a suspect in custody. Peter Chell News Time, 11:05, and it's time now for a traffic report, and the only slow spot I can see is Route 93 downtown Boston, as it is slow from the Mass Avenue exit all the way out to the store drive exit in Levitt Connector and North Station due to some road work on Tippin Tunnel on the southbound side, and otherwise, your smooth sailing outways, byways, and wing there on this late to the night here. And take a look at trends and updates here. MBTA alerts here. Silver Line 1 experiencing minor delays due to disabled bus. Peter Chell News Time, 11:06, time now for a weather report. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 11:06 p.m. This late Tuesday night. It is 41 degrees, our temperature light rain and fog and mist, humidity 93%, wind speed southeast about 5 miles per barometer, 3.04 inches, dew about 39 degrees, visibility 1.5 miles an hour, and a wind chill about 38 degrees. Alright, let's take a look at our current conditions around the region here. 39 degrees, our temperature right now in Boston is 44 in Pittsburgh, 40 in Bedford, 43 in Bedford and Beverly, and in Haverhill, and 41 in Gloucester, 39 in Worcester, 39 in Sturbridge, 40 in Webster, 42 in Milford, 41 in Norwood, it's 42 in Taunton, 40 in New Bedford, it's 43 in Plymouth, 39 in Falmouth and Chatham and Parmesan, it's 40 in Cape Cod Bay, Martha's Vineyard, and Nantucket, it's 41 in Block Island, West and Smithfield, it's 39 in Providence, 43 in New York City, 42 in Islip, 41 in Montauk, 30 in Bridgeport, and in Danbury, 42 in New Haven, it's 41 in Waterbury, 37 in Meriden, 40 in Hartford, 42 in Winslow, 39 in Springfield, Massachusetts, 40 in Greenfield, Massachusetts, 39 in Athol, Massachusetts, 39 in Northampton, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 43 in Albany, New York, it's 43 in Saratoga Springs, 44 in Bennington, 41 in Brattleboro, 41 in Rutland, Vermont, 30 in Brattleboro, Vermont, 44 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, it's 45 in Laconia, New Hampshire, it's 41 in Keene, New Hampshire, 40 in Devon, New Hampshire, 43 in Concord, New Hampshire, 44 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 45 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 42 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 44 up in Portland, Maine. Here, take a look at the surface map around the country here, and it shows station front from east central Alberta, stretching to north central Saskatchewan, merged with a cold front from central Manitoba, stretching down to northern Ontario, merged with a warm front from north central Quebec, stretching to north central New Brunswick, and stretching up the western tip of the Newfoundland and Labrador. And we got a warm station front from Gulf Mexico, merged with a cold front off the southeast Texas coastline, stretching to Louisiana, down for the mid-south region, merged with a warm front from north central tip of Kentucky, stretching down for the Virginia, then after the United States, and out to sea here. And we got another warm front way off the Oregon coastline, stretching to northwestern portions of California here. And we got a front from south central Alberta, down for Montana, down for west central portions of South Dakota. We got a front from central Kansas, down for northeastern portions of New Mexico. And we got a front from southeastern California, down to the Gulf of California here. And we got high pressure in north central North Dakota, west central portions of Colorado, and we got a low pressure in northeastern Ontario, down for east central portion of Manitoba, and northwestern portion of Montana here. 44 degrees, our temperature right now in Detroit, Michigan here. It's low pressure in north central Kentucky. 45 in Pittsburgh, 40 in Washington, D.C. But look at this. Atlanta, Georgia, 71 degrees. 78 out in Miami, Florida. It is 60 out of Brownsville, 56 in Dallas, Texas, 52 in Kansas City, 51 in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 42 out in Chicago, 47 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 44 in Great Falls, Montana. It is 52 out in Seattle, Washington, 57 in San Francisco, 63 in Los Angeles, 72 in Las Vegas, 80 in Phoenix, 59 in Albuquerque, 50 in Denver, and 52 out in Salt Lake City, Utah. Wow, look at that. Mild weather around the country here. As we take a look at our latest radar situation here, and it shows lots and lots of rain coming to much of eastern Massachusetts and coming to much of New York State and around Long Island and Zooming you out here, and we're seeing some rain showers on southern Maine, down for southern New Hampshire, down for southern Vermont, and coming to much of eastern New York from Albany down for New York State and around New York City, and coming to much of Albany, New Jersey, around Delaware, and down for eastern Maryland, stretching down for Pennsylvania, stretching in eastern Ohio, down for the western Virginias, around West Virginia, down for western portions of Virginia. And we're seeing some snow and sleet coming to much of eastern New Brunswick and central portions of Nova Scotia, and some snow showers in eastern and west central portions of Quebec, and some spotty rain showers in southwestern portions of Quebec here. And a line of rain showers from the Virginias down for the western Carolinas, down for eastern Kentucky, down for central Tennessee, coming to much of northwestern Georgia, coming to much of Alabama and Mississippi, down for eastern Louisiana, and up to the Gulf of Mexico here. And we're seeing some rain showers on the northeastern portions of Mexico, and some rain showers on the southeastern portions of New Mexico, down for west central portions of Texas here. And a line of rain showers covering much of northwestern California, stretching up western Oregon, and covering off the western Washington coastline here. And down for southwestern portions of British Columbia here. And some rain and snow showers in southeastern portions of Saskatchewan, and some rain and sleet around southeastern portions of Manitoba, and some few sleet pelts around west central portions of Manitoba here. Let's take a look at the satellite look here. Alright, take a look at the satellite loop here. And it shows line of clouds. One line of clouds coming to much of Mexico, straight to the Nafu. The Gulf states stretching it up in the mid-south region and up in the northeastern portion of the country, and stretching that to sea. Another line of clouds coming to much of Quebec, up in Ontario. And line of clouds coming to much of Pacific states and up in British Columbia here. And some patch of clouds in north central Mexico, and little patch of clouds running west central Texas down for southeastern portion of New Mexico here. Alright, let's take a look at forecast discussion around the country here. Okay, let's take a look at the forecast discussion around the country here, and it shows wet weather continues near station front of the southern Gulf Coast, northeast west to the Mid-Atlantic region here, and increasing chance of precipitation out west, and very warm temperatures for the northern plains on Thursday here. A frontal boundary currently draping across the eastern United States, expected to prevent slow to the south and the east over the next few days. Southwestern winds will continue to transport moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and feel heavy rains and thunderstorms at times from the central Gulf Coast to the Appalachians tonight and Wednesday. It appears that activities in the Mid-Atlantic states will be suppressed on Wednesday and should be drying out on Thursday as our ridge builds and inform the Great Lakes. Meanwhile, low pressure center is expected to form and move northward toward the western Gulf Coast, where the chance of heavy rain and thunderstorms will increase on Thursday. Out west, a weakening frontal system is expected to approach from the Pacific, and mainly rain should move into the coastal region tonight and will move farther inland over on Wednesday and region in the Intermountain region, and light snow over the higher elevation on Thursday. And since the front should continue to weaken, anticipate near the coast and only light to brief moderate rainfall is the forecast for the drought-stricken northern California on Wednesday. With high pressure and control, dry and seasonably cold weather expected across the northeastern and the Great Lakes and upper Midwest. In contrast, very warm temperatures for this time of the year forecast by the northern plains, which could reach up to 70s by Thursday afternoon here. Alright, take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. Weak low pressure will bring a period of rain overnight with a ice demand south of the Massachusetts traffic, especially near the south coast. Dry and mild weather falls of the low pressure system westward as dry but cooler weather falls. And continues in and up Friday as unsettled weather appears likely this weekend as low pressure tracks over or near southern New England, and early indications suggest that mainly rain, but precipitation may begin as sort of mixed early Saturday as a few snow showers may linger on Sunday, followed by high pressure building in on Monday. Near term until 6 a.m. Wednesday morning and 3 p.m. update. Latest HRR and RAP guidance continue to suggest a short duration period of rain tonight, with precipitation ending across western portions of Massachusetts, Connecticut, 03Z to 06Z, and 06Z to 09Z over eastern Massachusetts and Rhode possibly lingering until 09Z and 12Z for Cape Cod and the Nantucket, and this matches up with our current forecast so issues with the prototype as temperatures across the interior of the L40S, and along with the dew points in the middle 30s, and latest guidance and also suggests light rainfall with satellite rates of 0.05 or less. Regarding fog potential, upstream visibilities remain greater than 1 mile across Long Island and New York City and area and coastal Connecticut. Exception is in interior New Jersey where visibilities are below 1 mile, and given forecast is fairly quick progressive. This results in low level flow veering quickly to the southwest overnight and the west by daybreak, and this dense fog unlikely to affect northward into the region as a previous forecaster mentioned may have patchy dense fog in the Connecticut River Valley if skies clear out before sunrise. However, this should not be widespread and confined to the Connecticut River Valley, and this overall not much change to previous forecast. Okay, let us take a look at our tomorrow's house. My golly! Wow! We could see temperatures in the 48 to 58 degree range, and this is the best chance of a few spots could touch the 60 degree mark here, and the best chance for temperatures reaching 60 degrees is the interior southeastern Massachusetts and around the Providence area. So it is going to be a real feel of spring tomorrow. Meanwhile, we're under a hazardous weather outlook here because and day one tonight, there'll be a low probability for a patchy dense fog across the interior late tonight, and I could see the fog outside here in Norton. Currently, as the snowpack and the mild temperatures and the rain is causing all this dense fog. And day 2 for 7, Wednesday for Monday, it'll be moderate probability that a coastal low could impact 7 to New England over the weekend. Exact details remain uncertain. Time of week we'll keep you track closely and closely to the storm. And gonna take a look at when the rain will be moving out here. And I expect the rain to be moving out here by about 3 a.m. for western Massachusetts and still be raining in southeastern Massachusetts by about 3 a.m. and then expect to be out of here by about 5 o'clock in the morning, in time for the morning commute here. Okay, take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. For tonight, we're going to deal with some rain mainly for 3 a.m. Low around 39 degrees. Light southwest wind and chance of precipitation 9%. New precipitation amounts of less than 10 inches possible. For Wednesday, areas of fog before 9 a.m. wise. Mostly clouds, then gradually becoming sunny skies at about 61 degrees. Northwest wind about 5 to 9 miles per hour, size 20 miles per hour. For Wednesday, mostly clouds got a little about 20 degrees. Northwest wind about 5 miles per hour. For Thursday, sunny skies about 43 degrees. Northwest wind about 5 to 10 miles per hour, size 21 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly clouds got a little about 17 degrees. Northwest about 3 to 5 miles per hour. For Friday, mostly sunny skies about 39 degrees. Friday night, chance of storm after 2 a.m. Mostly clouds got a little about 24 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. For Saturday, rain and snow. High near 40 degrees, chance of precipitation is 8%. Saturday night, chance of rain, clouds got a low about 30 degrees, and chance of precipitation is 30%. For Sunday night, for Sunday, a chance of rain, snow showers and sleet, most of the clouds got a low about 140 degrees, chance of precipitation 40%. Saturday night, chance of rain and snow showers, mostly cloudy skies, low about 25 degrees, chance of precipitation 30%. Monday, mostly sunny skies, about 41 degrees. Monday night, chance of showers, mostly cloudy skies, low about 27 degrees, chance of precipitation 30%. And for Tuesday, chance of rain and freezing rain, partly sunny sky, about 44 degrees, chance of precipitation 30%. Here's what a phrase of the night. A warm Wednesday in store as a taste of spring tomorrow. People say have a good night with a good positive. I'll be looking forward to you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night. See you tomorrow morning here